Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to prepare your 2D architectural drawings, floor plans, sections, and elevations for a clean and professional presentation in Rhino. You already have your 2D drawings, and our goal today is to make them visually clear, organized, and ready to present as printed sheets or digital layouts. I'm gonna start with floor plans, and please start by checking your layers. First, if you don't have any layers, so first you have to make and organize the layers and ready for your floor plans, sections, and elevation. As you see here in layers, so you see I already made a floor plan a layer, and like for example, so you can make a separate each like drawings, plan, section, elevations, and then inside each create sub layers, right? Sub layers like for outline details, text, dimensions, and hatches if needed. And you can use a consistent layer names and colors. This helps when adjusting the line weights later, so you can just, work with smoothly. So, and then also, like for example, here, make sure all drawings are aligned to a scale and drawn in the top view. Like I'm in the top view here, and so make sure all of them, like the unit is feet, is not millimeter, and all of those are really important to prepare your drawings for presentation. So I'm going to show you here, if you go to layers, and I made floor plans, one layer for floor plans, right? And then this layer is, like has sub layers, like for door, window, wall, symbols, and hatches. And if you have, like, for example, I forgot to make one for text as well. So I'm gonna make one. And how you, maybe you have a question, so how you can make these sub layers for your specific layer. So if you click on the, like, for example, you have floor plan layer, right? And then if you click on that and go up here, you can select this and then make a new sub layer, right? So I'm gonna just make one new sub layer for, and name this for text or labelings, right? So labelings of your space, right? So I'm gonna deselect it, and then I have text added to the floor plan layers. And then if you want to organize all of them based on the order, so if you click on what, like for example, I'm gonna just bring this down after hatches, and if you select on this, and you'll see this arrow, it says move down. You have to click on that like this, and you can move this down under hatches layer. Then start putting all those, like for example, if you have lines, so for walls, and you have to select all the walls, and then put it the specific layer. For example, for hatches, I'm gonna select all the hatches that I have. If you want to select all of them, please hold Shift on your keyboard and then select all these hatches, and then let's just hatch. Okay, so, and then go to hatches folder, like hatches layer, sorry, and then right click, and you'll see change object layer. So you can click on that. And then if you turn off your layer, you see, so you made a layer for hatches, right? The same for text. So I'm going to just, select all these text, right? And then go to the layer, text layer, and then change object layer. The same with everything in your floor plan. All right. So I made those layers, and then also I've added one layer for furniture because I'm going to add furniture to this layout as well. So as you see, if I go ahead and so I'm gonna just bring this down, and if I go ahead and turn off each layer, you see like, let me start with hatches. If I click on that, we see everything is, actually everything has a specific layer, like walls and windows and doors and also text or labeling. So, and then I'm going to just put this on the furniture layer as well. And then the next one is it's going to be for your section and elevation. And if you want to close these like layers of sub layers, so you can just click on this little arrow and then close that. You don't want to see all those layers in this floor plans, right? So if you want to see it, so click on that, and you see all the layers inside the floor plan layer. And then really important things is please make sure that you don't have duplicate layers, lines, hatches. You have to make sure that you have really clean drawings and lines, hatches, and everything in your floor plans, whether in a floor plan or even section and elevation. Okay, I'm gonna start with it's actually I forgot to make another layer for dimension as well, so I'm gonna just make another one for dimensions that we needed. So here I'm gonna start with making a furniture floor plan. So for furniture floor plan, I don't need to see these like sections or symbol or elevation, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually hide those. And also, I'm gonna start with exporting furnitures. I would recommend you all make your own block furnitures, like the furnitures for bedrooms, bath, living room, dining area, or kitchen and everything. So you can make your own specific furnitures, and that would be really easy for you to work with in your future projects. As I mentioned in our last class, so I show you how to download cat blocks. So cat block furniture, you can use it in Rhino and even in SketchUp. So you can just, download all your like specific furnitures that you want to, and then drag it or export it from here. File and import file, and then you see your cat block in here. So I'm going to show you step by step here. Okay, so if you go to File and Import, you see the file or folder where you saved your cat furniture, right? So I'm gonna just go ahead and like add one cat file here, or even you can drag your file, cat file to into your Rhino file. So I'm gonna just go ahead and select bedroom and then hit open. And here you make sure your model units is in fit, right? So I'm gonna just, I don't want to go and change all of those because it's okay for me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK. So, and then if you don't see your furniture, so you have to dezoom it. So when you dezoom and you see somewhere your furnitures, and so I'm gonna drag this or move this close to this floor plan. And I start picking my floor, like furnitures. One thing is it's really good to show you here. So you'll see the elevation of the bedroom, and you'll see the section, and also top view of this. Actually, let me just go back to get switch this to the wide and you see better. And you see that, like, for example, each layout has the section, it has a elevation and floor plan, like a top view and elevation view of the like you see the plan, elevation, right? And so it's for bedrooms that you can even pick one of those and use the elevation of that furnitures for your own elevation for this floor plan. I'm gonna pick this one, and another thing is, please pick the, like, select the really minimal, simple furnitures, because if you see this below, like, I'm going to delete some of those details because I don't need those, a lot of information or details for my floor plans. So I would recommend you all select really simple and really nice black block cat block furnitures for your plan or section or elevation. As you see here, you see the section and details of this, which is really nice, and you can use and add more details of the furnitures that you have in your drawings. So I'm gonna select this, and as you see, and then going to, actually, I'm gonna save this as it is, like, I'm gonna duplicate this and bring it here. I'm going to delete and simplify a little bit these furnitures because I don't need these slides. So I'm gonna just, go ahead and select this and delete all those. And even these details, I would rather to just, have a really simple furnitures. So I'm gonna just, go ahead and select this and make it really clean. And the next step is, or maybe you would say, okay, so I'm gonna just delete those and just, have this as present, just a clean bit, right? This is perfect for me. I mean, I don't want to have or add more details for these furnitures. So then make sure about the furniture. Sometimes you see the furnitures comes without, like, a, you see there's no line. So you have to go ahead and draw and make sure this furniture looks good and nice. And then the next step is, as you see, when I click on those, and these furnitures, you see it's not black, right? So I'm gonna just, make a block of these furnitures, right? So before go ahead and, make the block of this bed, I'm gonna show you something. So you wanna make sure what's the size of this bed, right? So I'm just, it's really important for architectural designer or even your interior. But if you're interior designer, like, you should know about the standard size of this furnitures for sure. Like, for example, if you want to search for that, like, you want to know what's the queen bed standard size, right? So, or, furnitures, or yes, a sofa, or, whatever. So and the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna Google it. Like, for example, I already Googled this. Like, for example, I asked, what's the standard queen bed standard size? Here you see that, like, the standard queen bed is 60 inches wide by 80 inches long, right? So even you see the centimeter, right? But we don't work with the centimeter, right? So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have like a bed 60 by 80, right? All right, so first I'm gonna make sure about this size. I'm gonna measure this and even with this distance. Okay, so it's 1 feet 9 inches and by 2 feet 0.5 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna have a queen bed, as I mentioned, 60 by 80 inches, right? 60 inches is gonna be 5 feet, and then 80 is gonna be almost about 6.6 inches, right? So for this, I have to scale the block or the furniture. So To scale your furniture, we have different scales. So if you type a scale and you see here, we have a scale 1D, scale 2D. Usually we use a scale because I'm gonna scale this down or scale it up in every direction that I have, all the direction that I have in this furniture. If you want to scale one geometry or like the furnitures and in one direction, so you have to use scale 1D. I usually use this to not to use scale 2D, depends on your project, right? So I'm going to work with the scale. So select this and you see on the command bar, you see it says select objects to scale. So you have to select your objects, right? I'm going to select all of them, right? So 60 by 80 inches is gonna be 5. So I'm gonna just first um actually I'm gonna type a scale. Is that let me just go back to wireframe mode. So here I am going to type a scale, right? And then I'm gonna scale this up all and then select them and I'm going to hit enter and it says base point. You have to find the base point that you're gonna scale in it, like scale it up. So I'm gonna just find this point and then find another point. So I'm gonna scale up first from this direction. So it's gonna be 60 inches, gonna be 5 feet, right? So then type 5 and hit enter, right? And if you go and type distance or dimension, measure this, and you'll see it's gonna be 5 feet. Let's just measure this side. So it's gonna be 5, 10 half inches, right? So I said 6 it's gonna be 80 inches, gonna be 6.76 inches. Have a queen bed, a standard queen bed. So, and for this, I'm going to select this again and scale one direction, like a scale 1D, because I'm gonna have 6 feet 6 inches or 6 feet 7 inches from this to here, right? So I'm gonna just select the one point and select the second point, and you see I can scale this in only one direction. So I'm gonna just say like it's gonna be 6.6 or 7 and then hit enter. So you get 5 feet by 6.6 inches queen bed or 60 by 80 inches queen bed. All right, the next step is making block, right? So I'm gonna just make a block of this. So for this, select your furniture and type block and hit enter. And let me find, yeah, hit enter and you'll see this and you have to enter on with your mouse and you'll see block definitions properties. And here you can name your furnitures. I'm gonna say this is queen bed. Um, and then you can have like give it a specific 60 by 60 inches by 80 inches queen bed, right? So and then hit OK, perfect. And then once you select on that, you'll see one block instant added to selection. So yeah, you have a block of your furniture, right? The next step I have 2 bedrooms, right? So let me just, turn turn off my text. So I'm gonna just, do the furniture's layout and then just, after that, I'm going to turn off the text layer. So move this with the gumball or even with move and type and just hit move and or type move and then bring it here, and you can just, like, I'm gonna place this in the center of this or mid of this bedroom, and then I'm gonna just click on that and give it some space and gap between the wall and the bed. So I'm gonna just say, okay, if you want to move this down along with y direction, like with y axis, so if you want to move it in opposite way, so you have to add minus. It's gonna be a little bit like complicated, but I usually work with that, but it's up to you. You can also type move and then choose one point and then move this down. So, and here I'm gonna just say I'm going to move this down like minus 0.6. You see that it's too much. So I'm gonna go back and it's actually control V, and so I'm gonna say 2, and that's perfect. And then, so I have this bedroom here. I'm gonna have another queen bed in this bedroom. So there's other ways that you can do, like you can also copy this, or even you can mirror this bedroom to the other bedroom that you have. So I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna use a mirror and select this. Based on the mid of this wall, we have this interior wall. You see the mid of the wall, and along of this you can just mirror this, but it's not the same. Okay, so I'm going to just move this a little bit here, and or even I am going to find the mid of the bed and adjust it with mid of this wall. Right? If you find this point, so you can see the axis, this line, white line. So you may have to make sure that your O snap is all checked, like end or point in mid in prep. And so these are usually I work with those. If you don't check this and you don't see all these snaps, right? So make sure your or snap is on. So I'm going to just again find this and snap, and then select this, and perfect. This looks very nice and clean, and everything is set up here for floor plan and bedroom, and that's it. I mean, I don't need any other furnitures for this bedroom. Usually just use a really simple and a really beautiful furnitures for your drawings. All right, so I'm not going to add all the furnitures to this floor plan. Please do this based on what I show you. So it's gonna be really easy, and make sure, like for example, I'm gonna show you if you have this furniture, right? Layout is blocked, right? So all these two are blocked, right? So I'm gonna add these furnitures as well to the furniture flow layer that I had. So select both of them and then go to furniture layer and this, and find change to layer, and then turn it off. Perfect. And I have a really clean and organized layers and drawings in here, right? So please keep working and adding more furnitures for the living room, dining room, or even kitchen. You would say, okay, so I'm gonna add the cabinets and stove, or all the furniture that you needed to have in the kitchen and dining room as well, or even bath. And the next is if you like, for example, turn on a text layer, and you see this is really big, right? So I'm gonna click on that and go back to here in the properties text. So I'm gonna scale this down. So you see multiple spaces scale, so I'm gonna scale it done. And for all of them, you can also select all of them together and then just scale all down. And you see, perfect. That's good. But sometimes you need, like, for example, for path, I'm going to select all those and then make it more bigger, and then even you can move it down. And please pay attention to this. If you have, like, for example, your text is going to be on here, right? So please make sure that you have the right, like, place to, that you're going to have your bedrooms text or labels text. Like, if you have, like, this label is here, just make sure you have here, or even, maybe here, right? And the same with this bedroom. So you can just, have and click on that and duplicate this and bring it here, right? So it's really important how the way you present your drawings.